Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wes-Del High School, Richard E. Johnson Gymnasium, St. Saunders Court, for tonight's junior varsity game between the visiting Trojans of Tri Central High School and your Wes-Del Warriors. Let's meet the Trojans. Their roster includes number 12, Ethan Ferguson, number 20, Hannah England, number 22, Isaiah Fowler, number 32, Jacob Klein, number 42, Dylan Spray, and number 50, Kate Stevens. Starting tonight for the Trojans, a 5'7" freshman, number 10, Drake Lorenzier. A 5'11" freshman, number 30, Logan Young. A 6-foot sophomore, number 34, Leighton Henderson. Another 6-foot sophomore, number 40, Jackson Newcomb. And a 5'11" freshman, number 44, Aaron Morak. The Trojans are coached by Cam Heinzman. Here are your Wes-Del Warriors. The roster includes number Personal foul on number 40, second uniform. For Wes-Del, 14, Squares, Tri Central foul number 34, Leighton Henderson. Raises game, 2. for Tri Central. As their founder checks in for Tri Central. Setting for Tri Central Trojans. Wes-Del JV and Varsity. With 32 bases immediately. 41 Tri Central Trojans, 30 seconds. Let's check out number 34, please, right here. Central foul number 42, Dylan Spray. Chris Miller will shoot 2. Tanner England back in the game for Tri Central. As the foul also returns to the Trojans. 47, Tri Central 24. Varsity action starts in approximately 23 minutes.
Well, good evening and welcome to Wes-Del High School. Welcome to the Wes-Del Sports Network as we are here, and it's our pleasure to bring another episode or edition of Wes-Del basketball on the Wes-Del Sports Network tonight. It's the Tri Central Trojans that make the trip to Richard E. Johnson Gymnasium to Gaston, Indiana, to take on your Wes-Del Warriors. We look to have an exciting basketball game tonight as Coach Bill Bowen brings his squad into Wes-Del with a 6-4 record tonight. A team that is very experienced, who brings in a basketball player who is one of the better basketball players in the state of Indiana tonight. Their leading scorer, Jake Chapman. We'll talk about him momentarily. But tonight, it's another non-conference game for your Warriors. Of course, the Warriors coming in tonight on the heels of a very impressive victory last week against Tri High, where those of you that joined us here on the Wes-Del Sports Network were treated to an excellent basketball game. Wes-Del walked away with a 78-74 overtime victory, and there's a lot of stories tonight here in this game. Tonight, for those of you that have been following us here, Wes-Del basketball this season, senior Evan Weitzel for the Wes-Del Warriors, number 22, looks to break the 1,000-point career scoring mark tonight as he sits with 977 points. Of course, the last Wes-Del basketball player to do that was in 2008, and that was Nick Millspaw. So it has been 14 years since the Wes-Del Warriors have had a 1,000-point career scorer, and that is a real possibility for Evan tonight. The flag's coming down at center court. We're going to have the national anthem. When we come back from the national anthem, we will preview the Tri Central Trojans basketball team, and we'll talk about the keys to the game for your Wes-Del Warriors. Thank you for joining us. You're watching Wes-Del basketball on the Wes-Del Sports Network.
As they honor our country by playing our national anthem.
And that was the national anthem performed by the Wes-Del High School Pep Band. And like we said before, Tri Central brings in a ball club tonight that is heavy on senior leadership. And, of course, they will look to a gentleman by the name of Jake Chapman, number 32. He's a 6'3 senior. Ironically enough, he is last year – he approached the benchmark 1,000-point benchmark for Tri Central in his career last year as a junior. And covering the game last year, we know that he put up, I think, 35 or 37 points against the Warriors the last time that these two teams met. Speaking of that meeting, last year, the Tri Central Trojans defeated your Wes-Del Warriors by a score of 66-58. And that was in this game last season. And both of these teams come into tonight's win on the heels of victories. The Wes-Del Warriors, of course, I spoke to their 78-74 overtime win last week against Tri. Tri Central played a game last evening against Sheridan, a conference opponent, walked away with a 79-58 victory. Tri Central stands at 6-4 on the season. They sit atop the Hoosier Heartland Conference with a 3-0 record. Compare and contrast that with the Wes-Del Warriors, who are 5-5, 1-4 in the MEC. And coach, tonight, the Wes-Del Warriors look to continue their winning ways here against Tri Central on their home court. What do you see as the key to the game for your Warriors?
Well, as you mentioned, Evan Weitzel, as he approaches 1,000 points. Tonight, I think really the one key that I see is going to be how both teams handle the offensive firepower of the other team's most offensive threat. For the Warriors, it's going to be Chapman, as you mentioned. Comes into the ball game, as you said, averaging almost 28 points a game. So obviously, from a defensive standpoint, how we handle that, how the Warriors check that out, and then from the opposite side, it's going to be Evan Weitzel for us. So I think that just the two-star power there, both are very capable of having big nights. Evan leads the Warriors at 20 points a game, so look for him to not only, reach that moment, but also just for the team. So just to round out the Warriors lineup here, we're backcourt guard 22 Evan Weitzel, followed by Zach Todd, number 32 forward. He comes in the ball game averaging 12 points, 6 rebounds. In the lineup as well as senior number 3 AJ Nauman, fellow seniors 24 Alex Light and 25 Cameron Buckner. So as you mentioned, Tri Central brings a lot of senior leadership. But as we have mentioned and highlighted throughout the year, so does the Wes-Del Warriors, as we are starting 5 here tonight. So should be a really good ball game. Looking forward to it.
Well, at least on paper, these two teams look very similar coming into tonight's game. Statistically, they're very similar ball teams. The Wes-Del Warriors averaging about 65 points a game, and the Tri Central Trojans averaging 66 points a game. They both rely very heavily on their senior leadership. They have a lot of depth coming off the bench in their role players. Both teams very well coached. We're going to introduce the Tri Central Trojans here. I'll take care of that first here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. Their starters tonight, number 20, that's Landon Grant. He's the only underclassman that's starting for the Trojans tonight. He's a 6-foot sophomore. Then Caden Leininger, who's the second leading scorer for the Trojans, number 22. He's a 5'9 senior. You'll see him handling the ball a lot tonight. Then, of course, we spoke to their big man, number 32, Jake Chapman, the 6'3 senior, who is their leading scorer, who comes into tonight's game averaging 31 points per game. So Wes-Del will look to keep him under his average tonight. Jace Cassidy, a 6'4 senior. And then the rounding out their lineup, number 44, you'll see him come out here just momentarily. He's a 6'1 senior, Luke Martin. The Trojans coached by Mr. Bill Bowen. Interesting fact, Mr. Bowen and I graduated from the same high school. We're both alumni of Sheridan High School out of Hamilton County. Of course, Coach Bowen graduated a few years before I did. Did some time at Hamilton Heights High School. He's been coaching basketball in the state of Indiana for 22 years, so I'm sure his team will be well prepared. And then as we get ready to introduce the Wes-Del Warriors tonight, we'll take it down to the floor so you can enjoy the festivities here at Richard D. Johnson Gymnasium. Well, we're ready to play basketball here at Wes-Del High School. Tri Central has taken the court. Momentarily, we'll see the Warriors take the court as well. And this should be a good one here tonight. And we want to thank everyone for joining us here on YouTube Live on the Wes-Del Sports Network. My name is Charlie Sims. Sitting alongside me, Daniel Hansen, the coach I'll refer to him as. Also our executive producer, Mr. Andrew Romine, all up here ready to bring you some Hoosier hysteria, some basketball action at Wes-Del High School tonight. Set the tip off for your Warriors. It's Cameron Buckner, and of course the big man, number 32, that's Jake Chapman for Tri Central. You'll hear me call his name quite a bit tonight. Tri Central controls the tip. Chapman wastes no time taking it to the basket. Nice rebound by Buckner. Warriors look to push. I can imagine, Coach, we're probably going to see a lot of the same as we saw from the Warriors last week, an up-tempo style of game.
Yes, you can see it right here on the first make there by senior Alex Light. Here comes the full court pressure. So Alex picks him up full court. Warriors are going to go to our Fury high look. Even in that, you always want to know where Chapman is. Good rebound by Zach Todd.
So the three-point basket by Landon Grants, in and out. Great pass inside. Buckner cannot get the basketball to go through the rim, but that's the kind of look that the Warriors would like to see tonight.
Yeah, that's been a point of emphasis from Coach McLaughlin and the staff, is pushing the basketball on any kind of rebound or miss. And right there you see that it was a kick ahead to Alex. There's Chapman for three.
And that's a long-range three, and we know that he's capable of doing that. We've got to know where he is on the court, no matter where he's on the court, apparently.
Absolutely.
So Wes-Del will go to work. It's 3-2.
Early on here, you see the Tri Central starts out the man-to-man defense.
Tri Central playing a little bit of up-tempo basketball of their own there. That time they turn it over with the travel call. So Wes-Del will get it back. Look to take the lead here with this possession, as I was getting ready to say before. The Trojans 3, Wes-Del 2. We're just about a minute and a half into this quarter of play. And A.J. Nauman, he has the answer for the Warriors. A.J. getting his, I believe, first start of the season tonight. Shows why he's in the lineup with that three-point basket. Number 42, Jace Cassidy. He's a 6'4 senior. Shoots from the top of the key. So far it's been a back-and-forth basketball game.
Good cut there it's a great cut by Evan Weitzel, and they're going to get looks like a hold on number 20.
So that foul will be called on the floor. Landon Grant from Tri Central commits the personal foul. Wes-Del inbounds the basketball under their own basket. Finds Cameron Buckner, the top of the key.
And he hits it.
Big
shot.
So this is a good sign for the Wes-Del Warriors. And that's one thing that the Warriors been working on all year. Nice find there by Tri Central. They get it to their big guy, Luke Martin, for two. Warriors up by 1, 5:30 to go in the first period. Buckner tries that same shot, this time no good.
Warriors now pick him up here in our Fury 1-2-2 high trapping. There's a trap down on Chapman in the corner as he looks to split it. Nice pass there, number 44 for two.
So Luke Martin with 2 baskets in a row for the Trojans. Weitzel looks to take charge on the other end. He drives the lane.
Tri Central looks to push again here. Looks like both teams are comfortable with the pace.
And that's Caden Leininger. He is their second leading scorer. I remember calling his name a lot last year. He averages about 13 points a game, so the Trojans do have other weapons. And that's 2 in a row for A.J. Great sign. A.J.'s found his range. Great three-point basket.
It's a great tempo. It's been fun here early on. Both teams looking to.
That's an unfortunate foul by A.J. Nauman there. Just aggressive play. Lost his footing. And he'll get Leininger from behind. So AJ commits Wes-Del's first foul here early on the first quarter.
Yeah, it looks like on that coming down there, it looks like Cameron Buckner rolled his ankle. So we'll have Trey Adams enter the game here as Cameron Buckner gets some attention on the sideline.
And they're going to say Chapman took one too many steps on his approach to the basket there. So a turnover for the Trojans. An opportunity here for the Warriors to regain the lead.
Good move by Trey Adams to get all the way to the rim for two. Comes the full court pressure again.
And Luke Martin, he's been a beast underneath for the Trojans. Nice heads-up rebound there, 2-point basket. Back and forth ball game. Be interesting to see if both these teams can keep up this kind of pace for the entire game. They're going to say Evan Weitzel took a step there. So far, like you said, Coach, a really fun basketball game to watch. Both teams playing very well.
Yeah, and it looks like here we got a switch here for the Warriors. They're going to stay in, looks like a man-to-man. Chapman up top. Trey Adams playing great defense all over him. Alex Light now picks him up top of the key.
Leininger goes up for the shot, gets that one deflected. Nice pass, nice kick out. Good look to the basket. Here goes Zach Todd up for the back. Can't get it to go in. And it looks like they're going to get Zach for an over-the-back call there. So Zach Todd, he'll pick up his first foul of the ball game. That's just 2 team fouls for the Warriors at this point. Not only has it been an up-tempo style of game, but it's also been a fairly clean basketball game up until this point. Little kick out by Leininger. That time, Martin can't get the ball to go.
Good kick out by Trey Adams. Zach Todd misses it.
It's a great look, though.
Yes. And great hustle by Alex Light, which they're going to say that ball was out of bounds off Chapman.
So we're going to see Cade Pretorius into the lineup for A.J. Nauman. A.J.'s going to take a little bit of a break here. Zach Todd's got a great look here. He goes into the lane, doesn't get the basket to go. There's going to be a struggle for the basketball, and they're going to get Zach Todd for his second foul. So Zach Todd looking at a little bit of foul trouble here in the first quarter, and that's going to bring Cameron Buckner back off the bench. That's a good sign. Buckner seems to have recovered from whatever was ailing him earlier.
Warriors are back in again. The man-to-man defense there taken away by Cameron Buckner. Evan Weitzel looking to push here.
Cade Pretorius for 3. And he picks up where A.J. Nauman left off in the lineup. Puts the Warriors up by 2, just under 2 minutes to go here in the first period. So they're going to say Cade Pretorius get him on the push there. And we've talked about this time and time again. That style of basketball, that style of defense is going to lend itself to the possibility to put yourself into some kind of foul trouble. The Wes-Del Warriors with 4 team fouls at this point already.
And another good possession there defensively for the Warriors, and the ball out of bounds off of Tri Central.
Well, we talked about how these two teams are very similar, at least statistically and on paper. And we talked about how they're very similar in their styles of play. And
first change here defensively you'll see here for Tri Central as they go into nice pass. Great finish there. But they went to a 2-3 zone right there. And the Warriors did a great job getting the ball to the middle of the zone twice, which led to a layup.
And here comes Chapman, their leading scorer, and he goes coast to coast and shows you why he's averaging 30 points a game, Coach.
Yeah, it is. And that, unfortunately, there, Coach McLaughlin's going to be right back at him by
And
Evan
that's
Weitzel.
Evan Weitzel answers on the other end. And we also talked a little bit about that in the game, and that both these teams are going to have to rely on their scores tonight if they want a chance at this one.
Warriors are staying with their man-to-man.
Some aggressive defensive play there by Weitzel.
Yeah, and what you're seeing is the mismatches that Chapman presents for the opposing team is that he's big enough to go in the block, and he's also skilled enough to come outside. So, depending on what you're going to throw at him defensively is where he's going to find himself.
So we just had a substitution for the Warriors, Will Delaney. We see Will Delaney in the lineup for the first time tonight. He's going to give Alex Light a little bit of a break here as we've got less than a minute here before the beginning of the second quarter. Warriors clinging to a 4-point lead. Opportunity here to extend that lead. Evan Weitzel for three, and it's in. And I don't think this early on I've seen the Warriors shoot this well yet this season. And great sign for the Warriors. Chapman looks to create something there. Gets the ball taken away. Here comes Weitzel. He's going to lay it in, draw the foul. And just like that, the Warriors turn that lead into 7. Still 28 seconds to go here. So Evan Weitzel will go to the line, try to make it a 3-point play the old-fashioned way here, as he'll be given a free one. And if he can capitalize on that, that'll be 2 3-point possessions for the Warriors in a row, and he does. A flurry of substitutions now for the Warriors. A.J. Nauman's going to come back in, and we're going to see number 54, Brandon Wiley, into the lineup for the Warriors. Of course, we didn't get an opportunity to see Brandon last game because he was out with an injury, but Brandon is back now. Good to see Brandon on the floor for the Warriors. So long-range shot there by Leininger, and great rebound. And Pretorius took a step there. That one was I don't know if you, but that one was pretty obvious, at least from this angle. But he had the look there that he wanted.
He did. Here we are. We need a stop now. 10 seconds to go. It's going to be in Chapman. Looks like you got a 4-low clear out here. One man.
And Chapman hits the three-pointer. He cuts into that lead a little bit, but that's the first quarter, and that's a quick first quarter of basketball. But this one belonged to the Warriors. After one, it's Tri Central 19, your Wes-Del Warriors 26. You're watching Wes-Del basketball on the Wes-Del Sports Network.
Evan.
All right, we're back here at Wes-Del High School where we're watching an excellent basketball game. It's the Tri Central Trojans 19, Wes-Del 26. And keeping an eye on the statistics tonight, Coach Hansen.
Yeah, as we talked about, very exciting up and down game there. And you said 26-19 for a quarter of basketball. Here's why: both teams shooting well above 60%. For the Warriors, we're 10 of 18 from the field for about 56, but we're 5 for 8 from 3 for 63%. So shot disparity, if you look right there, the Warriors have taken 5 more shots, which helps lead to a 7-point lead. So great start offensively for the Warriors.
So the alternating possession, the Warriors will get the ball here to start the second quarter, and they will look to extend that lead. And that ball is going to be deflected out of bounds as Weitzel went up for the shot. Coach McLaughlin going with the 5 that he had on the floor at the end of the first quarter. So no changes at the start of the second for the Warriors.
No, and here coming out of the quarter here, Tri Central's in their 2-3 zone again. Great cut by Will Delaney. We're going to get him for a travel, though. But great cut there, great find.
Well, if the Warriors would just clean up a couple of mistakes, they'd be in the driver's seat here, because right now this game is going exactly to plan for the Warriors. That pressure giving Tri Central some fits. Skip pass over to Leininger. He's going to take a three-point shot, and he hits it. And that three-point shot can change the momentum of a basketball game real quick. The Trojans cut the lead to 4.
Yeah, and the Trojans here are on there.
They're going to say that Evan Weitzel, they're going to call that a player control foul there, saying that maybe he pushed off. That's going to be his second personal foul, and that's going to earn him a little bit of a rest here as Alex Light, number 24, checks back into the lineup. Alex Light, a playmaker of his own, in his own right, so we'll see what the Warriors can do here without Weitzel. 7 minutes to go in the second period of play.
Great.
Nice steal there by A.J. Nauman. Good find. Delaney goes up for the foul, or for the shot rather, and is fouled. And I think they're going to get Jake Chapman on that one. And so that's the first foul on the playmaker for the Trojans, Jake Chapman. So Delaney's going to get 2 shots here from the charity stripe. He hits the first one. And we see the first substitution for Tri Central, number 42. I guess that's not the first substitution, rather, but Jace Cassidy will check back into the lineup, and makes his presence known right away as he comes down with a big rebound there.
Warriors staying with our Fury, 1-2-2 high, trapping zone.
And that's number 22. That's Caden Leininger. He has found his range here at Richard E. Johnson Gymnasium. And now the lead just 2 for the Warriors. Tri Central running a little bit of a
Fury 1-2-2 trapping zone.
Yeah,
themselves.
They're running a little bit of a zone trap, very similar to what the Warriors. So 2 teams very similar in their styles of play.
Yeah, and one adjustment here for the Warriors. Coach McLaughlin here yelling it out, making sure we're getting set up as we got both of our offensive playmakers, Evan Weitzel and Zach Todd, both on the bench with 2 fouls. So sometimes you get guys kind of out of position, maybe than where they're used to playing against the zone. Great job there by Brandon Wiley to score there.
And
so
we talked about Brandon a little earlier.
Yeah.
Good to see him back and in good form.
2 guys you want to find right here, Chapman and
Leininger.
Leininger. Right there he is. Get a good look. Missed it.
Tri Central not afraid to shoot the basketball. And we've played against plenty of those kind of teams this year. Brandon Wiley's going to take a seat. Gives the Warriors some really quality minutes. Cameron Buckner comes back in.
Looks like the Tri Central switch back to their man-to-man defense. Warriors now recognizing getting into what we want. Good patience, good movement. Cameron Buckner attacks from the top, gets all the way to the rim. Good strong.
Nice strong rebound and put back, and he gets it to go in. And that is huge right there for the Warriors. 31-25, 5 minutes to go, second period of play, and we've got a good one here at Wes-Del.
And they're going to get it say stepped out of bounds. So great trap over there on the sideline by the Warriors, leads to another turnover.
And we sound like a broken record because we talk about this every game we cover here for the Warriors. We've got to turn these turnovers into some offensive production. And with our two of our leading scorers on the bench, like you said. Any basket that we get here. A.J. Nauman not afraid to take it into the basket himself. And A.J. Nauman showing why he earned a starting nod tonight. Chapman tries to take charge on the other end, and he does just that. As he goes up, gets the basket to count. He's going to be fouled on his way up. And he's going to be fouled this time by Cameron Buckner. That's just Cameron's first. But that is the Warriors' 7th foul. So with 4:30 to go here in the half, Tri Central will be shooting from here on out. Chapman gets the 3 and cuts the lead to 5. Warriors still in control.
Another adjustment here for Tri Central to go back to the Fury. 1-2-2. They're going to get for a travel. So, sure, Coach Bowen here recognizing that the Warriors have Evan Weitzel and Trey Adams on the bench.
Yeah, both of our ball handlers on the bench there. So they trapped in the corner again there. Takeaway for the Warriors.
Good job by Alex Light to recognize there that we did not have numbers. Nice move for Alex.
And that's what I was telling you. Alex Light's a playmaker in his own right. And boy, that's going to get a timeout for Tri Central there as Coach Bowen wants to talk about it with his squad. And it's a 30-second timeout, so we'll just keep it here. But what an exciting first half of basketball here at Wes-Del. Wes-Del holding on to a 7-point lead here. And it looks like right now on the watching Evan Weitzel, remember he needed 23 points to reach that 1,000-point milestone. And right now he has 8 points. Of course, the big story right now, he's a spectator as he's in a little bit of foul trouble here early on. But with 8 points, Wes-Del Warriors.
Very, very balanced here. One thing I kind of want to point out here, which you got to be happy with here with 4 minutes to play, is that we have 8, 8, 7, 4, 3. So as you see that there, you're getting a lot of production early on here from a lot of players. So
we've got 8 different players for the Wes-Del Warriors that have put the basketball through the rim tonight, and that is a great sign for the Warriors. So Tri Central gets it to their store. Great job, Cameron Buckner, playing defense against Chapman. And they're going to get Buckner on the foul there. So I think Coach McLaughlin's going to talk about this a little bit, thinking maybe that Chapman might have pushed off. But I think the referee had already made up his mind that he was going to call that against Buckner before that happened. So Cameron Buckner draws his second foul, and as I stated before, Tri Central in the bonus. Jake Chapman at the line with the 1-and-1. So Chapman misses that. Great rebound there. And they're going to call that a travel. I don't know how
they're saying that
you get that call.
Well, but they're saying right there that both Alex Light and Delaney had
the basketball.
Yeah, they've had a jump ball together.
So you can't do that when you're offensively. You can't have multiple people possess the ball at the same time. So Tri Central will get another shot at it down here. And Wes-Del doing a real good job against Chapman defensively.
Yeah, doing a really good job right here playing man-to-man defense, which leads to a turnover. Great defensive possession there for the Warriors.
So Landon Grant, he's in a little bit of disbelief, but he traveled with the basketball. So
Coach McLaughlin calling out set here. See something, want something individually. It's a great take by Trey Adams. Just missed it, but he had Chapman there.
Follows his shot, fights for the rebound, can't get it. Caden Langinger brings it up for the Trojans. Jake Chapman tries to take charge there. Gets the 2 points despite being double teamed. That cuts the lead to 5. for the Warriors. A.J. Nauman fakes it, takes it into the lane. And I'm not sure what the call here is. It's going to be against number 14. I guess they're saying for Tri Central. That's Colby Wyrick, 5'10 sophomore, into the game for the Trojans. Commits his first personal foul. Just 4 team fouls committed for the Trojans so far. So Grant shot a little long. They get it right back to him. Offensive rebound goes to the Trojans. Leininger down the baseline. Great defensive job of cutting that off. Chapman with the fadeaway jumper, and they're going to say that Will Delaney was on the line. But that was a great effort to get that basketball by Will Delaney. Just unlucky there on the baseline. So we've seen this before here. Tri Central will inbound the basketball under their own basket. Get another chance here. And Leininger shooting lights out for the Trojans. He gets the 3 ball to fall. Just now a 2-point lead for the Warriors. Need to make something happen offensively down here on this end of the court.
Yeah, good take there, Alex Light.
All kinds of bodies on the floor here for the basketball. They're going to call that a jump ball. And alternating possession will put the basketball in the hands of the Trojans. Stetson Newcomb, a 6-foot sophomore. We see him into the basketball game for the first time for the Trojans.
See what defense here. Looks like the Warriors are going to stay with their Fury. 1-2-2. Trapping here up top. Trey Adams and Capitoris.
And he travels.
Gotta get a travel, yep. Ball pressure there by Trey Adams leads to a travel.
And that turnover will give Wes-Del an opportunity to make a substitution as number 54, the senior Brandon Wiley, comes back into the game. He gave us some really good minutes there in the latter part of the first period. And the Warriors have had some good looks on the offensive end. We just can't get the basketball to fall through the basket. A wide open Chapman for 3, and he hits that. We can't let him stand alone on that end of the court. So now the lead switches back to the Trojans, 36-35. And Wes-Del having Zach Todd and Evan Weitzel on the bench is starting to show here a little bit in this second period.
It's a big minute here. We got a minute to go here. 1-point ball game at this point. You're just trying to get to halftime, regroup. Nice pass there by Chapman, which leads to 2. So 3-point game right now. Big possession here. Finish the half, regroup, as I was saying at halftime, and come back out for a big second half.
So I know we can't see the clock here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. There's 40 seconds to go in the half. A.J. Nauman thought about it, thought better of it. Langer almost gets the steal, but steps out of bounds. So Wes-Del will reset. And Pretorius will come into the game for A.J. Nauman. So 37 seconds to go. Wes-Del with an opportunity to tie the ball game at a minimum here.
Yeah, up top here, Coach Alex Light. Looks like maybe going for one shot here. Looks like there, Coach is going for one. Now you're at 15 here. He's caught it something. Now you're down to 7, 6. Will Delaney up top. Great strong finish, and they're going to get a charge.
Nope, they're going to call that a blocking foul, Coach. I think number 44, Luke Martin, they're going to get him with the block.
One official had a charge, and one official had a blocking foul. So
we'll see how they sort this out here. They're going to get number 44 for Tri Central. They're going to agree that that was a blocking foul on the floor, and that foul will send Will Delaney to the free throw line with 2 shots here. An opportunity with just about 3 ticks left on the clock to cut the lead to 1. He gets the first of the 2 to fall. This would be really good for the Warriors here. Knock down these free throws. Really going into halftime with just being down 1 would not be entirely bad situation for the Warriors. And so number 10, Travis Bunch, is going to come in for Brandon Wiley. And just like in every other ball game this year, we've seen a number of Wes-Del Warriors take the court. This game no different. Desperation shots up off the backboard, and that ends the first half of play. It's the Tri Central Trojans 38, your Wes-Del Warriors 37. You're watching Wes-Del basketball on the Wes-Del Sports Network. Wes-Del basketball on the Wes-Del Sports Network is made possible by Martin Insurance, Campus Rentals, Property Pros, and Young's Title and Abstract. We'll be right back here on the Wes-Del Sports Network with our halftime show. Again, it's the Wes-Del Warriors 37, Tri Central 38. This is Wes-Del basketball on the Wes-Del Sports Network. Well, we're back here at the Wes-Del Sports Network. Halftime of the varsity contest where the Tri Central Trojans lead your Wes-Del Warriors 38-37. We have a special guest with us here on the Wes-Del Sports Network, junior varsity coach Mr. Matt Knuckles, and we've asked him to join us up here today. And Coach Knuckles, great win tonight. The JV team walks away with a 47-24 victory here tonight. What's your takeaways from the way your team played tonight?
I really think we played with a lot of energy, and that was our stress early before the game was we really had to play with energy. I thought last game against Tri High that, we didn't really come to play, and we got a lot of good minutes from some guys that come off the bench tonight that really let us spark when we needed it.
Well, and a lot of what you do for the Wes-Del basketball program perhaps may go under the radar here as people obviously come to the gymnasium on Friday and Saturday nights to watch the varsity team play, but one of the things that we know here on the Wes-Del Sports Network and a lot of people that follow Wes-Del basketball, this year's varsity squad really heavy with seniors. So what you're doing at the JV level is very important.
Yeah, we gotta get a lot of guys ready for next year, right? We're really senior heavy. We got a few sophomores and juniors that are giving us some good varsity minutes, but we're really going to need a lot of guys to step up next year. So trying to find that right group on our JV to make that leap over the summer and going into the next season is a big part of what we're trying to do.
And how many years has it been that you have been with the Wes-Del basketball program now?
I think it's been 11. I've been on the JV for 2 or 3 years. I was a freshman coach for 6, and then middle school for a few.
That's right. So you've been a part of the Wes-Del basketball program as long as Coach McLaughlin has here at Wes-Del. And we know that what you do for the Wes-Del basketball program and the school corporation is very important. And so the JV team, we talk about how important it is to develop players, especially when you're as senior heavy as the Wes-Del varsity is this year. But also a very important job that these junior varsity players do in preparation for these games, giving these varsity players a look at practice.
Oh, yeah, that's a big deal. I always tell our guys before practice is we want to make our varsity hate us, right? Like make them work so hard that they're hating to play against our guys, and that makes them better. That also makes our JV better. The better competition they can practice against with both JV and varsity, the more prepared they're going to be when it comes game time.
And, one of the things that maybe a lot of people don't talk about is that team sport is really a team sport. Everybody contributes. You may not always see the floor the same number of minutes. You may not even see the floor at all. But what goes on behind the scenes, it takes a true team effort. Your JV players, I talked to Coach McLaughlin. He's been very impressed. He says your JV players run our offensive sets about as well as anybody he's seen. So I know that he's looking forward to these players coming up, and we appreciate the job that you do and the dedication that you've had to the program, and we want to thank you for joining us here at halftime on the Wes-Del Sports Network.
Yeah, thank you guys for your time and what you do for us. This is everything. This is great. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Coach Matt Knuckles, the junior varsity coach of the Wes-Del Warriors, and his team walked away tonight 47-24 victory here at Richard E. Johnson Gymnasium. Impressive performance by our junior varsity players. We're just a couple of minutes here away from the start of the second half, and just to keep a look here, we have a graphic here to look at the statistics for the Wes-Del Warriors. And leading the Warriors tonight, number 22, Evan Weitzel, 8 points. Also A.J. Nauman earning the nod to get into the starting lineup tonight. He's put in 8 points for the Warriors as well. Cameron Buckner with 7. Alex Light, Will Delaney, Kate Pretorius both adding 3 points. And then Trey Adams and Brandon Wiley each with a bucket. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8 Wes-Del Warriors have contributed to the 37 points that you see on the scoreboard for the Warriors tonight. And, Coach, I tell you what, as impressive as our offensive production has been tonight, one of the things that's been impressive is our defensive play.
Yeah, we have, again, like you said, we've talked about it before, the way we like to play, we want to pick up the tempo, you want to turn the ball over. We've been able to do that, so we just got to continue. And as I was checking in with coaches kind of at halftime, I was coming back from getting water for our producer and everybody, but one thing I heard them talking about is really they're pretty happy with the way that second quarter went, because we talked about it. Evan Weitzel and Zach Todd, I think Zach Todd only played less than a minute there in the second quarter, and Evan Weitzel only played a couple. So 2 of our senior leaders, offensive, together averaging about 30 points on the bench. So to only be down by 1 here, it was a good vibe coming from the locker room.
So, and that is the thing. That's why early on in that basketball game, I think the Warriors went up as much as 7 on the Trojans early on in the game. And that's what that allows you to do. If you can get up on a team early, it gives you a little more flexibility, especially when situations happen like that. So it looks like Wes-Del going with Buckner, Weitzel, Zach Todd, Trey Adams, and Alex Light here to start the second half of play. So we've got Weitzel and Todd back on the court for the Warriors. So we'll see if they can pick up where they left off there before they had to take a seat with some early foul trouble. So if you're just joining us here on the Wes-Del Network, we're getting ready to start the second half. It's been an exciting ball game, a back-and-forth ball game. The score 38-37 in favor of the Tri Central Trojans. And we're waiting the second half of play here, and I'm not sure what we're waiting on here as the officials discuss something here at center court. And they're taking a look at something here. And not sure what we're waiting on here, what this discussion is about. But whatever it is that they were discussing, they've obviously got figured out. And Wes-Del will go to work as we're underway here in the second half of play.
Tri Central comes out in a man-to-man defense early on there. Great take by Evan Weitzel right off the bat, 10 seconds into it. Able to get 2, getting to the rim.
So Evan Weitzel now with 10 points on the game. He now needs 13 to break his career 1,000 career scoring mark. And we'll keep an eye on that here for you as the game progresses. So Wes-Del knocks the ball out of bounds. Tri Central will inbound play. And Langinger tries to put the floater in, doesn't get it to go. And Wes-Del gets a stop here. Zach Todd looks to Alex Light. Zach Todd's got a wide open shot, thinks better of it, takes it inside. He'll go to work against their big man, Luke Martin, and doesn't get his shot to fall.
Warriors staying with a man-to-man to start the half here. Got Alex Light matched up on Chapman, and Trey Adams matched up on
Langinger. Great rebound there by Zach Todd. And here comes Weitzel. He wastes no time taking it into the paint, which is where he lives. Great offensive rebound, turnaround and put back by Cameron Buckner. And Buckner was another one that I believe got into some early foul trouble, had to take a break in that first half. So Luke Martin from Tri Central, the 6'1 senior, he commits his second foul. Cameron Buckner misses his first shot. He'll try to put the Warriors up by 2 here early on in the third period. And he hits his second one. And after the made basket, number 3, A.J. Nauman, he's going to come back into the lineup for the Warriors. And he'll relieve Alex Light. And so here's this pressure, the pressure again by Wes-Del. Great presence of mind to get the ball up the court. We make a defensive stop here. Great effort by Cameron Buckner to get the rebound, but he took a step as he came back down. So he'll get called for the travel, turn the ball over here.
Great defense here on the inbounds play. They try to get in Chapman on the block. Warriors stay with the man-to-man defense here. Trey Adams picks up Chapman.
Chapman shot off the mark, but the offensive rebound and the pass to number 42, Jace Cassidy, ties the ball game up. We're just now under 6 minutes here in the third period. Cameron Buckner finds his range from the baseline, three-point basket. And Tri Central throws that one away. And Alex Light back in for A.J. Nauman. Always interesting keeping up with the Wes-Del substitution pattern. We see a lot of players in and out for the Warriors, but that's the style of basketball, and that's how we play. And Cameron Buckner's going to get a foot on it while he's on the ground. They're going to call that a kicked ball. Warriors playing hard. Full court pressure by the Warriors.
Good job. Here comes the double there. The entry from, there you go, Cameron Buckner. Just a little bit, but great anticipation right there. Great job. That's how you want to read it from the back level there.
So the Warriors will go to work again defensively here. And another deflection, another out of bounds. And we'll do it for a third time. 5:17 to play, third period. Warriors up by 3. They get it to Chapman. And they look to push the ball up quickly, which this time they do.
Great job by the Warriors to get back. Chapman, though, on the 3, misses it.
And Cameron Buckner in there fighting for the rebound, gets it to Evan Weitzel. He's going to go coast to coast, get fouled.
Oh,
ball goes in and out of the basket. That thing had to be, yeah.
I don't know how that didn't go all the way down.
It seems like we've seen that so many times this year from the Warriors.
Oh, they're going to say the ground.
They're going to say that was on the floor.
Which I do think he was fouled a handful of times on the floor too, but they didn't call that one. I felt like they were shooting.
Nevertheless, Landon Grant gets his second foul. That's the second team foul for the Trojans. And Wes-Del will inbound the ball this time, looks like from the side court down here underneath. There's a pass there taken away from the Warriors. And they're going to get Zach Todd for a foul here. That's Todd's third foul. We've still got a little under 5 minutes to play in this third period. So Zach Todd into some foul trouble here. Coach will leave him on the floor. And we cannot fault the Warrior defensive effort tonight so far.
No, absolutely not.
That time, Leininger gets open via a screen.
I think they're going to get a foul.
Buckner over the back. And Cameron's aggressive play will earn him his third foul. So the Warriors in a little bit of foul trouble here as we're in the third quarter of play. And that, I'm not sure, was a very smart play there, as Jake Chapman gave the shot fake, was wide open for a three-pointer after the first Wes-Del defender left his feet. And then as he went up and nailed the preceding shot, was fouled by Cameron Buckner, who's going to have to take a seat with 4 fouls. So the defensive play of Cameron Buckner, we're going to miss that here for what would appear several minutes. Will Delaney comes in to relieve him. And it's a Trojan 1-point lead with 4 minutes to go in the third period. Zach Todd with the turnaround jumper
Great rebound.
Nice pass. And a great job finishing by Alex Light.
Good effort there, getting back into play here to stop the ball.
But stopping the ball and double teaming Langinger left the back door open.
Here comes the push again. Now you see Evan Weitzel. Did get to the rim, but just a little off balance, wasn't able to hit it.
And the up-tempo play by Tri Central earns them a turnover on the other end. So this game continues to go back and forth. Third period just like the first two. Trojans still clinging to a 1-point lead. Evan Weitzel with a nice floater in the paint, and he'll add 2 more points to his total.
Great effort there at the back end of that, but just the game ball there left us underneath the bucket. Evan Weitzel there off balance again, missed it. It's getting just a little up and down here, crazy.
So Jace Cassidy, now the lead 3 for the Trojans. And Alex Light will leave that 3-point attempt short. It will go out of bounds. Cade Pretorius coming to the scorer's bench, and he's going to relieve Will Delaney. So Evan Weitzel with 12 points. We're keeping an eye on that tonight. He's still 11 points shy of his 1,000th career point. Hopefully on this possession. And they take those 2 points away from him. They're going to say he charged.
Wow.
And no one likes that call in this building here. And we do the best we can do to remain neutral here. But they're going to get Evan Weitzel. That's going to be his 3rd foul. And Tri Central exploits that back door again. Extend their lead to 5 now. 2 minutes still to go in the 3rd period.
Well, remember that play there a little early, later in the game, because that's a big, you go from that's potentially a 5-point swing in a game of basketball. From an and one to taking the basket away.
So the Wes-Del needs a basket here. They get it to their playmaker, Alex Light. Back over to Todd. Todd finishes at the rim, and that is a big basket. That is a big basket right there for the Wes-Del Warriors. We're going to keep it right here, but it's a 3-point lead right now for Tri Central. Wes-Del calls a timeout after a series of unfortunate events for the Warriors. Several Warriors in foul trouble. I believe we've got Weitzel with 3, Buckner with 4, and Zach Todd with 3. And Coach McLaughlin not happy with that call, and he is not the only one in the gymnasium that was not happy with that call.
No, and I must agree with him on that. I've seen a lot of, and you always say there's a 50-50, but Evan went up there and he was back under the rim. So typically you don't see a charge on a guy coming down and the ball has already cleared the rim. So you got to give Chapman credit for getting back and at least making that a 50-50 call. That one went his way, but from as the coach there, Coach McLaughlin is definitely not going to be happy with that. Understandably.
So maybe this will light a little fire under the Warriors here as Tri Central inbounds the ball, and we will continue to see the pressure applied by the Wes-Del Warriors as they immediately want to get it into the hands of their scorer, Jake Chapman. And we've got an offensive foul called on the other end.
The other ones weren't going to call it, though, and he felt like he knew if he didn't call that one, it was going to be a little
and if you don't believe that officiating adds a third human element to a basketball game, right there's proof positive. Landon Grant will get his third foul via the player control foul, and then we're going to get a foul called against, or Evan Weitzel will get fouled, rather.
Yeah, they're saying it was on the floor, so it'll be Warrior ball underneath, out of bounds.
So Colby Wyrick with his second. Both teams have 4 fouls at this point in the game. Evan Weitzel up. That one doesn't go in. Chapman will take it in a hurry. Gets his pocket picked. And here come the Warriors. And, boy, defensively, Chapman calls a timeout, try to retain possession on that end of the floor. So Tri Central calls the timeout here. This will be a 30-second timeout, as the timeout was called just to retain possession. 3-point lead for Tri Central. 1 minute, 2 seconds to go in the third period. Wes-Del looking at some foul trouble here in the third period. Both teams with 4 team fouls, so not a lot of fouls called in that quarter, but nevertheless, Wes-Del still going to have to think about some strategy as we enter the fourth period.
Well, and I don't know what you. I think this is going to set up for a great finish. Neither team has been able to really separate themselves. Fouls to be pretty even. Both sides got offensive firepower, so this is setting up for another great finish, as we had one last time as well.
Well, it's a great, even though the Warriors are on the short end of the stick right now, they're still in very good position, and this basketball team they're playing is a very good basketball team. And we knew they would be coming in. Chapman's going to back down Trey Adams underneath, turn around, put 2 points on the board for the Trojans. So now we're at 40 seconds to go, third period. Wes-Del goes to work on the offensive end. And 3-point basket. And another one of those basketballs that goes halfway down the rim and somehow comes back out as Zach Todd misses a really good look there. No fault of his own.
No, here we are. We need this defensive stop right here.
And we don't get it. As Landon Grant hits a nice little floater shot in the lane for the Trojans.
They went
so
a little
Evan
early.
Weitzel will try to answer on the other end, and he doesn't. And that ends the third period of play. And after 3, it's Tri Central 56, the Wes-Del Warriors 49. This is Wes-Del basketball on the Wes-Del Sports Network. If you direct your attention to the floor right now, PA announcer Biff Wilson recognizing the Wes-Del cheerleading squad for the 2021 school year. Mary Kate Dunnick, Delaney Huffman, Molly Wimmer, Lena Burcham, Alexis Crawford, Riley Lazatter, Jalen Gann, Lily Prather, Felicity Pippin, Tori Clark, and Ava Whitmire. The coaches this year for the Wes-Del cheerleading squad, Mrs. Tori Justin and Mrs. Tiffany Gaddis. And we want to give a big shout out to our cheerleading squad and thank them for all their efforts, as cheerleading is a year-long commitment, as these young ladies cheer for not only the basketball season but the football season as well. And we know they work also in the spring and the off season. They have some contests that they attend during the summer, so excellent job by our cheerleaders. We can always count on our Wes-Del cheerleading squad. So we are getting ready to start the fourth and final period of this basketball game, and it is everything we thought it would be. A great game here at Wes-Del High School. It'll be Tri Central ball. start the fourth period. And Wes-Del continues to apply full court pressure against the Trojans.
They're staying in the man-to-man.
And Langinger off balance on that one.
Yeah, good defense there from the Warriors to start the quarter. Looks like Coach McLaughlin's got a set here coming out of the timeout. Isolation for Zach Todd on the right block. It's going to get him 2 free throws. So, Coach a little frustrated right there. That's one he'd like to get the and one. But just like you drawed up coming out of the quarter, you get a defensive stop. You have a set drawn up for your first offensive set. It's going to get you 2 free throws.
And it's also going to draw the third personal foul for number 44, Luke Martin, which we called his name a lot in the first half. He had some critical baskets for Tri Central in the first half underneath. So he's looking at some foul trouble here with 7:31 to go in the ball game. So the lead at 5. And regardless of one thing that you cannot criticize Wes-Del Warriors is their effort, as it is a challenge. You have to both be physically able, and it's a challenge to put that kind of pressure on a basketball team for an entire ball game. They put forth a great effort. They're going to call number 14, Colby Ryrick, for his third foul on the other end, and this gives Wes-Del an opportunity to cut into this lead again. Trojans now sitting with 16 fouls, which is critical. Nice heads-up play by Delaney there, but again, the shot does not go in. And they're going to get Chapman with the player control foul. They're going to say he charged that time, as it did look like he was a little bit out of control as he went to the basket.
Yeah, that was a great job there by Evan Weitzel, too, to take it to the chest. So it's only the second on Chapman.
Well, I do know that that's one of the things that Wes-Del actually does work on in practice. They actually have drills where they work on taking those charges. So great job by Weitzel. And you'd like to see one of those fall for Zach Todd. He's had some looks.
Yes, that's another right there. It was another good look at the top of the key. Just wasn't able to get it. Good rebound by Evan Weitzel.
And so Wes-Del needs a score here. Weitzel's going to take charge. He's going to go down the other end. Doesn't get it. And underneath the basket, Cameron Buckner had position. And they're going to call that one against Chapman. Chapman commits his third foul. Now both teams working with some players in foul trouble. Free throws are going to be critical here.
Yes.
Nice rebound by Will Delaney. Gets it back into the basket, and that is a big play by Will Delaney.
Yeah, great heads-up there play. Cuts it to 3 now. Allows you to set your defense here. Trey Adams picks up Chapman up front. We're going to have another timeout here from Tri Central.
So Tri Central calls the timeout. This will be a full timeout. And so there is 5 minutes, 56 seconds to go in this ball game. The Trojans of Tri Central up by 3 over your Wes-Del Warriors. You're watching Wes-Del basketball on the Wes-Del Sports Network. Wes-Del basketball on the Wes-Del Sports Network is made possible by the following sponsors: Martin Insurance, Campus Rentals, Property Pros, and Young's Title and Abstract. Thank you for your continued support of the Wes-Del Sports Network and Wes-Del basketball. Well, we're back here at Richard Johnson Gymnasium where the Wes-Del Warriors down by 3 here with just a little under 6 minutes to go. And Coach, on the Evan Weitzel watch, we know that he's got 12 points on the game, but a lot of other Warriors stepping up for Wes-Del tonight.
Yes, as you can see here on the board there, we have a very good balanced attack. Evan leading the way, but very balanced as well. So a lot of time left here. A lot of plays to be made.
And Langinger for Tri Central has that shot down tonight. And that's a big basket for the Trojans as that puts them back up by 6. And Wes-Del commits the turnover on the offensive end. And big rebound there by Cameron Buckner on the other end. Nice pass to Weitzel. He's going to take it in. He works around the defender.
And just missed it off the front iron.
And somehow we knocked that ball away, but Tri Central still winds up with it. Great effort by Landon Grant. And he gets the basketball to Cassidy of Tri Central, who extends that lead to 8. 3-point basket on the way from Weitzel. Rolls around but makes it in. That's a big basket.
Yes, big bucket right there. It cuts the lead to 5 with 4:38 to play. Good rebound again by Evan Weitzel. Cameron Buckner.
And we get it down to Alex Light on the other end. Nice change of momentum here for the Warriors. 2 stops in a row, 2 buckets, cuts the lead back to 3. And this is an exciting basketball game here at Wes-Del tonight. Both teams putting forth a really good effort. And Tri Central throws the basketball away on the other end. And some of the players for Tri Central starting to get a little frustrated with that Wes-Del pressure. Pass there. Oh, Trey Adams couldn't get it to go. Nice big rebound by Zach Todd. He'll go back up, and he gets fouled. And as I said, Tri Central starting to show their frustration. Not only does Zach Todd get the foul down there on the other end, and he's going to shoot 2 for that, but it looks like we're going to have a technical foul as one of the players on the Tri Central team must have said something that the officials didn't like. So it looks like number 44, Luke Martin, not only is he going to get called for the personal foul underneath the basket on Zach Todd, but after the foul, he did not like it, said something to the official, and the official did not like that. And he is going to get a technical foul, and courtesy of that technical foul, he will foul out of the basketball game. And so now Coach Bowen in the ear of the referee. And so quite the change of events here, or this, quite a series of events here for the Warriors. And amidst all of that, we've got a substitution as Will Delaney will come in to spell Cameron Buckner. And Zach Todd, courtesy of the charity stripe, has now cut the lead to 1. This free throw will be for the tie, and it's in and out. So after the free throws, it is now 61-60, 3:45 left to go in the ball game. Because of the technical foul, Wes-Del will get the basketball. And all kinds of things going on here. Both sides of this gymnasium pretty fired up right now, so we'll see if the Warriors can play off of that energy.
Great
Weitzel
move
takes
by
it
Evan
in.
Weitzel.
Good take there. They're going to call the blocking foul on Chapman. And this is going to cause all kinds of people on the Tri Central side to express their displeasure. Jake Chapman, the leading scorer, senior leader for Tri Central now with 4 fouls. And also another thing that foul does, Coach, is puts Wes-Del in the double bonus. 2 free throws for every foul from this point forward. As Tri Central's coach wants to timeout here. And
looks like we're going to have a full timeout.
So it's a full timeout here as Coach Bowen wants to talk to his team, settle some things down here. Tri Central still clinging to a 1-point lead. And just to kind of look at where we're at, and I know not to take anything away from any of the other players, but of course, what a milestone for Evan Weitzel. He needed 23 tonight to reach that 1,000-point milestone, and right now he is at 15 points tonight in this ball game. But don't take anything away from the effort of these Wes-Del Warriors tonight. They have played extremely hard defensively. We have had a number of players step up offensively. One of the big stories, if you look at those statistics, is Cameron Buckner with 10 rebounds tonight.
Absolutely. I just made that comment beforehand. He has done a great job of going up and getting the ball at the high point. He's gone up over the Tri Central players at times and doing a good job of being physical underneath, and we've really needed that. So that's a very good.
So Cameron Buckner right now with the double-double, as he has 11 points and 10 rebounds on the evening. Great game for Cameron, but he's going to sit next to Coach on the bench right now as he's playing with a little bit of foul trouble. We will see Cameron Buckner back into this basketball game before it's over. Evan Weitzel at the line, and he's going to shoot 2 free throws. Or 1 free throw, rather, I'm sorry, for the +1. And that ties the ball game up. And as I said before, Cameron Buckner right back into the basketball game. And so 3:33 to go. Game's all tied up, 61 all. And that's the kind of basketball game it's been. And as Alex Light tries to pick Leininger's pocket, he will get called for the foul. So that's just the 5th team foul for the Warriors. Tri Central, they inbound the ball on the side. They find Chapman underneath. He double teamed underneath, doesn't get the ball to go into the basket. And
great job by Alex Light there to come away, keep his composure here.
And Alex Light is a playmaker, I'm telling you.
Yes.
Underrated, comes under the radar when we play a lot of teams, but he can make some things happen. And so Wes-Del has regained the lead. They are now up 2. And Tri Central, they can shoot the basketball. That time it was Landon Grant, the 6-foot sophomore, with the 3-point basket. And so, like you said, Coach, this is going to be an exciting ending to this one.
Yes, and as we've talked before, Coach McLaughlin's got 4 timeouts. Look for in the final 2.5 here to play. Evan Weitzel, great take there, great finish. Gets him to 18 on the ball game. Furthermore, puts us up by 1.
So fortunate that they missed that one and the 2-point basket, and then Weitzel gets the rebound on the other end, loses the handle. There's a scramble for the basketball, all kinds of bodies on the floor.
It looks like
referee's going to say that it went off of the Tri Central player.
Great effort there from all the players. You got to love that hustle there from everybody. So started on their defensive end and then finished right there. Warriors lead 65-64 with the ball here on the side. 2:16 to play.
Stay under control here. A lot of basketball yet to play in this one. And as Evan Weitzel tries to work along the baseline.
Saying signal on 1-on-1, but it should be 2 shots. Saying 1-on-1 again, but it should be, there it is, 2 shots. So Evan Weitzel will go to line for 2.
And we talked about this, Coach, about the importance of free throws. And so the lead now 2. Weitzel with a chance to extend it to 3. And he misses that one. So it's a 2-point lead for the Warriors. Those of you at home, we just have just under 2 minutes to play.
Good D there. Good D from both, yes. You really want to get high on that ball screen. Short, good, another. Again, you cannot talk enough about it, but great rebound by Cameron Buckner right there.
And so he's at 11 rebounds and 11 points on the game at this point. A double-double for Cameron Buckner. What a night for that kid. Evan Weitzel. And Evan Weitzel has turned it on here. Now with 21 points on the ball game. Just 6 shy now, or rather just 2 shy of his 1,000th point on his career.
Looks like they're going to get him for a foul right there.
Well,
trying
as
to reach over.
Excitement and effort, he gets the reach.
Still only the team 6th.
Weitzel, though, now with 4. And Coach McLaughlin going to call a full timeout here, I believe.
Yeah, great timeout by the Warriors.
And he's got 4, now 3 to use with just 1:10 to go here in the ball game. Great decision here, I think, Coach, to get his team regrouped, get everybody settled down. Talk about what you're going to do here. This game's been back and forth. Great use of a timeout there by Coach McLaughlin.
Well, the first thing you want to talk about is making sure Evan Weisel doesn't pick up his 5th foul here and gambling or trying to do something a little too much. You still want to play hard, but making sure he knows that that's his 4th foul that we just committed. 4th, and continue to rebound. That's going to be the big thing. Don't give any extra shots. And obviously, Tri Central is led by 2 players, so you got to know where both of those are at all times, Chapman and Leiniger. So making sure defensively, and then knowing that offensively, once you get the possession, be strong with the ball and have a game plan with what you want to do offensively.
Well, Tri Central is going to inbound the ball here under their own basket. And they immediately wanted to get it in the hands of Chapman. He's going to shoot the 3-point basket. And Wes-Del's going to wind up with the defensive rebound. And here comes Weitzel. Great job pushing the ball up the court quickly.
Yeah, Coach McLaughlin there really wanted to slow that down. And they're going to send Evan Weitzel back to the free throw line. So 2 big free throws here for the Warriors, and also 2 big free throws for Evan Weitzel.
So he'll have 2 shots courtesy of the double bonus here. And these 2 shots, if he makes them both, Evan Weitzel will become the first 1,000-point scorer since 2008 for the Warriors. And it won't happen at this trip to the line for Evan. But nonetheless, as Coach McLaughlin will tell you, statistically, the one that matters right now is the one that's on the scoreboard. And Evan can make this a 5-point lead with 47 seconds to go. And that basket goes in. Number 42, Jace Cassidy. So now the lead is 3. And this time the timeout is called on Tri Central. And one of the things that does is Tri Central's out of timeouts.
Correct. So again, right here, if you're Coach McLaughlin, you want to get the ball inbounds, get it to, I'm guessing probably Evan cutting to the ball. Coach Bowen fouled pretty quick last time, so my instinct would be that they'd want to foul pretty quick here again, considering how quick they fouled in the last possession. So it's come down to the free throws now. Rebound and hit your free throws.
Well, we want to thank everyone for joining us here tonight on the Wes-Del Sports Network, the Wes-Del faithful who have tuned in here tonight. We want to thank Julie Kirtley Schwartz. She always is a loyal patron of the Wes-Del Sports Network. Special shout out tonight, though, to somebody very special, Neil Romine, who always watches us loyal on the Wes-Del Sports Network. Understand that it is Neil's birthday, so we want to give Neil Romine, his dad, the executive producer of the Wes-Del Sports Network, Mr. Andrew Romine, has told us that it is Neil's birthday. So happy birthday, Neil Romine, and thank you and your mom for always watching us here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. So a flurry of activity here coming out of that timeout. And 33 seconds to go. Number 42, Jace Cassidy, will foul Zach Todd. Zach Todd now at the line. 3-point lead for the Warriors. It's a big free throw here. And it goes in. Makes this a two-possession game for the Trojans with 33 seconds to go.
Warrior staff here is pulling them back. Not needed. Zach Todd hits the second.
So Tri Central, I'm sure, will go to work early, and they will want to get it into the hands of their playmakers. And Jake Chapman made that one look easy. Still a 3-point lead for the Warriors. They're going to get the pressure. We break the pressure. Skip pass over to Todd. No need to panic because Tri Central has to foul. They are going to put Zach Todd again back to the line. And I hope we have a repeat performance by Zach this time at the charity stripe. And like you said, coach has pulled back his defense. And free throws are big in any ball game, but a ball game like this, they are especially important. And Zach has earned his living from that charity stripe tonight. And so now the lead 5. There's 13 seconds to go. Coach McLaughlin is going to call a timeout. And so what do you talk about here, Coach?
Well, mainly the thing is do not foul. Get back, play defense. Don't foul. My guess is that Coach McLaughlin's also going to talk about here if they hit a quick 2, let's try to get it inbounds to Evan Weitzel to put him back on the free throw line. So that's probably my guess, just not being in the huddle. But you don't want to foul. But then also if they score quickly, set up some kind of thing to get it inbounds to Evan Weitzel because he's 1 point shy away. So the next game is away in the county tourneys. So obviously, if he can get that tonight here with the free throw to finish the game and a Warrior win would be extra special. So that's probably my guess. And if you're in the other huddle, you want to get it in, you got to push, and you got to score as quick as possible and foul as quick as possible and then hope for some misses.
Well, you think with a 5-point lead with 14 seconds to go, you've got to think that the Wes-Del Warriors are in control of this. But let's remind everyone that Tri Central has 2 kids on their team that can shoot the basketball. And Leininger's proven that he's got some range as well as Chapman. They're both capable of hitting the 3-point basket. So this game far from over yet. Wes-Del will pull back their defense. Tri Central is going to try to conserve as much clock as they can on the inbound. What we don't want to do here is foul. And that was close. And there goes Evan Weitzel up and he doesn't get the basket. And they're going to say that basketball went, I heard the whistle, but there's the clock. They're going to call this one a ball game here at Wes-Del, and it is Wes-Del 73, Tri Central 68, and a great victory here tonight for the Wes-Del Warriors. What a great basketball game. We are going to take a little bit of a break. We'll be back with some post-game statistics and probably have a guest up here tonight, if not Coach McLaughlin, one of the players. You're watching Wes-Del basketball on the Wes-Del Sports Network. Wes-Del basketball is made possible on the Wes-Del Sports Networks by the following sponsors: Martin Insurance, Campus Rentals, Property Pros, and Young's Title and Abstract. Right now we're waiting for the post-game statistics, post-game interview. Those of you that may have joined us late, what a basketball game here tonight at Wes-Del High School as Wes-Del Warriors continue their winning ways with a 73-68 victory over a very good Tri Central basketball club. And this game, I think, Coach, went exactly according to plan for the Warriors tonight.
Yes, absolutely. Defensively, you saw great energy all night long, turned the ball over, mixed up the defenses really well. You got to give Coach McLaughlin and his staff a lot of credit there. They did a great job of mixing up. We saw a lot of man, we saw a lot of fury, we saw the full court. So just really doing a good job of keeping the opposer off balance. And you got to give our two senior leaders a lot of credit in that second half, because I really thought down the stretch after in the second quarter, Zach Todd and Evan Weitzel both picked up 2 early fouls and had to go to the bench. But in the second half, they seemed to make a lot of plays, a lot of free throws. Like I said, we don't have the final score just yet, but we know Evan finished with 22, and I know Zach there crept up and I think got into double figures as well from only having 2 at halftime. So,
and of course, the real story for the Wes-Del Warriors and did it very quietly tonight was senior Cameron Buckner.
Yes.
With the double-double tonight. I believe he finished the game with 11 points and 11 rebounds, and what an effort. And he, too, got into some early foul trouble, and he made a difference absolutely when he was in the ball game tonight as well.
Yes, and we talked about it. I know AJ Nauman had some early points early on, hit back-to-back threes early in the ball game. Trey Adams, I thought, played great minutes tonight. Will Delaney played a lot of big minutes tonight. So, we've talked about that. It's not a secret. We see that contributions night in, night out from up and down our lineup. It just sometimes it's a different player each night, and that's the beautiful thing of a team. And when you play together and pick each other up in those moments. So, tonight it was somebody else's, where you're looking for the next ball game could be somebody else. So, great team win. It's what you want as your 2 back-to-back wins as you're preparing to go into county play.
8 different ball players for the Wes-Del Warriors put the basketball through the hoop tonight, and that we have talked time and time again about Wes-Del's depth, about the role that all of these players play on this team. And as I was talking with Coach Knuckles at halftime, talking about his JV squad, basketball is a team sport, and whether you play 2 minutes a game or whether you play all the minutes a game, those 2 minutes could be the most important minutes of the basketball game. It just everybody steps up for the Wes-Del Warriors, and their effort was absolutely on point tonight. And so we have a Wes-Del player with us up here in the Wes-Del Sports Network booth, number 30, Trey Adams. He's a 5'10 sophomore, had an excellent game tonight, and drew the task for a good portion of the game of guarding their leading scorer, Jake Chapman. And Coach has got Trey with him.
Trey, first off, great team win. You know, what's it like defensively? I noticed one thing, you know, Coach Sims and I talked about is for majority of that finish there in the second half, one of your main tasks was guarding Chapman there, the best player for the other team. So just talk to me a little bit about that and kind of what that means for you when you draw that assignment to get that opportunity to guard their best player.
Yeah, man, you just got to have the attitude that you're better than the other player. And, the coaches believe in me, and so they put me on 32 believing that I could lock him down, and I feel like I did a pretty good job tonight defending him.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought down the stretch there you made a lot of really key plays, did a great job of getting us in our offense, doing a lot of those things that sometimes, you know, doesn't always come up in the stats necessarily, but it's what happens to make those winning basketball plays. So what's it like in that locker room right now coming off of 2 back-to-back home wins, and what's that do for your ball club?
Oh, man, the boys are really excited right now. I mean, it was 2 really good wins, one in overtime against Tri and now beating Tri Central in a really good game. And we got to keep building off that and keep winning. Yeah,
exactly. And, you know, you talk about the JV started the night off with a big win. You're getting a lot of minutes here in your sophomore season. Just, you know, you're continuing to grow, continuing to keep getting better, and it's really showing on the floor. So one thing, you know, Coach Sims and I talk about is that anybody's night with this ball club could be any given game.
Yeah.
We're deep. We play a lot of guys, fun to watch, up and down the floor, tempo. But any given night, anybody in this locker room can step up and make winning plays for the ball team. So when you have that kind of culture in your locker room, what's that like to play for? You know, just how's that breed?
I mean, it's amazing, man. Everyone's so talented on this team, and you know, like, people, they can just, like, man. I'm sorry, bro. Hold on. I mean, having everybody so talented on this team, it's amazing because you can rely on each other just to play the game. Like, it's a great team. We pass the ball around, and everyone just has a role on the team that they do, and it's amazing.
Yes, absolutely, and it's very fun to watch you guys get up and down the floor. You play together really well, and as you mentioned, so we'll let you get back in there and celebrate with your brothers. But great job tonight, great team win, and good luck next week in county.
Thank you.
As we mentioned there, that was sophomore guard Trey Adams. It looks like here, get Coach McLaughlin. We'll get him set up for us. Coach, first off, great win.
Yeah,
I know that's a battle there. We talked about it pregame. If you look on the statistics side of things, pretty evenly matched. Both teams kind of like to play the same way. They obviously have some players that can play, and we're deep, and we know what we can do. So that's just a great team win up and down.
That's a great win. Let me say, first of all, that I appreciate you guys doing this, but I really appreciate Mr. Romine moving that off of the angle that he had that right on my stomach, and I'm working on it, and it's New Year's, and I am working on it. And the camera adds 30 pounds, and just so you know, there's 10 pounds, and I think there's 3 cameras on me. So, anyway, yeah, great win. I thought it was well played, and some people might say, well, Trey Adams scored 2 points. Why'd you send him up here? Man, he, as sophomore guarding a kid that, he's already got like 1,300 points, I think, in his career. He got his 1,000th point as a junior last year. The Chapman kid's really good. He and Alex shared duties on 32, guarding him a lot, and then Trey, as a sophomore, is bringing the ball up for us at times and doing a lot of nice stuff. So it was a great team win. I really appreciated the way the guys handled it. I really appreciated the toughness. I thought there at the end of the game when we were down, we showed some resolve when they kind of had a little spurt there where it could have got tempers, could have got either way. I thought we kept our heads and we were able to, pull out. I thought that was I don't want to underestimate that. I think it was a big momentum switch for us. I mean, I just felt like we played better with more confidence.
Yes, absolutely. Looking here, one thing that really stands out to me is how we started the ball game and how we finished the ball game. And talk to me a little bit about when you've got those, when we're deep, we talk about that. Coach Sims and I talk about that a lot. You play a lot of players.
Right.
You got confidence in a lot of guys, key minutes. But in that second quarter, we kind of got in some foul trouble there early on.
Yeah.
I know Zach Todd didn't play much of the second.
Zach
Evan
and
Weitzel didn't play much. But those two down the stretch made a lot of key buckets, free throws, stepping up when everybody's looking for somebody to step up.
Well, two things about that. When you sit a whole quarter, you should be pretty fresh in the second half because you didn't play much in the second quarter. So that allowed us not to have to sub them quite as much in the second half because they'd already sat a whole quarter. Second of all, we take pride in those guys being able to come in, and I thought they held their own. It was a 1-point game at halftime. So, when you have your top two scorers and your two captains on the bench for the whole quarter, basically, and other guys come in and just give you solid quality minutes. We had to sit AJ most of the game. He's trying to gut out an injury there and couldn't come back in, and he played well until he got hurt. And then, we get some good minutes. And I tell you that it's funny to watch Will Delaney just battle and come up with loose balls with a kid that's giving up size, giving up speed, and just he'll come up with a loose ball and a bucket here or there. And I thought Buck really rebounded well tonight for us. And you get a lot of complimentary players to when you win a game like this against a good team, your complimentary players have to give you something, and we take pride in that depth.
Absolutely, and you kind of talked about Buckner right there, but he finished tonight with a double-double, so had 11 points, and the unofficial maybe it's 11 to 12 rebounds as well, but did a great job finishing. In the pregame, defensively, Chapman is a great player, but 24, that's a good night. I mean,
he's averaging 28, and he's had some games that were even way higher than that. I mean, when you're averaging that, you've had a couple of really high ones.
Absolutely.
So he's a great player. He's changed. I mean, I've watched him continue to change his game and grow, and he's a good, nice player. I think there were some schools here watching him tonight, actually. So, he's a good player. There at the end of the game, I think you were kind of alluding to, when the game gets towards the end, and you guys have seen us play enough that sometimes it's not the same group we have on the floor all the time at the end. It's just who you feel like is giving it to you at that certain time, and I think that's just a tribute to my assistant coaches that reading the game, and, I let them do all the subbing, but we get to a point where we felt pretty good about the group that we had in there defensively. They were buying into the game plan, and we started one way, adjusted a little bit. We took the press off a little bit more, and I thought the kids really adjusted to the game plan well tonight, and I'm proud of them.
As two big wins at home, coming back here, talk to us a little bit about, we got County coming up. So
we're on the road. Obviously, we get the bye, which is always nice. We get a chance to go over and watch the first round games on Wednesday. We'll play the winner of Daleville Delta, and I was telling the guys it's kind of fun that last year we didn't get to do this, so this will be some of these guys. It's been 2 years. And a lot of them really haven't got an opportunity to see how County really is when it's supposed to be.
Great point.
It'll be fun for them, and I think it'll be, we'll go out there and we'll play the way we play.
Yeah.
And we'll give everything we have, and whoever it is that we're playing against, we're going to try to make them play our style of basketball and be aggressive. And, I can't stand up here and without saying, we were all kind of disappointed that Evan ended up 1 point away. But in the locker room, he was happy with the win. He's frustrated with himself because he missed some free throws, and he's frustrated that he,
felt like he probably left a
he
couple
wanted
out
to
there
do it at home.
home.
We wanted him to do it at home, but that's okay. I mean, that's all right. So you got some help. Looks like you got a more important guest up here tonight. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you, and we'll see everybody at County next week, and you guys know I appreciate you. So thank you.
Well, great job, Coach. Again, thank you. Coach McLaughlin, great win at home tonight. Coach Sims, back to you.
All right, well, I think we're going to wrap things up here tonight. We've got the statistics, but I think we talked a lot about those kids already in here in the post-game show. And just a couple of things here of note before we sign off here tonight. As Coach alluded to in the post-game interview, the Wes-Del Warriors will be in action next on January 14th. That's next Friday. They will play in the semifinal round, compliments of a bye, in the Delaware County Athletic Association Championships, the county tournament. They will play the winner of the Daleville Delta game, and again, that will be next Friday, 8 p.m. We will not be bringing that game to you on the Wes-Del Sports Network, as the Delaware County Athletic Association is not allowing us to broadcast that game due to their rules. So if you would like to see the Warriors play in the county championships, that will be next Friday, I believe, at Delta High School.
Correct.
And they will play the winner of Delville and Delta. And so the Wes-Del Warriors, they improved their record to 6-5 on the season. They are victorious here tonight, 73-68 against a very, very impressive Tri Central team. Great win for the Warriors, and we want to thank a few people who make this possible on the Wes-Del Sports Network tonight. Again, I'm Charlie Sims. We want to thank our color man, Daniel Hansen, our camera operator tonight, Marcy Bunch. We want to thank the Wes-Del Creative Arts class for all of these great graphics that we use, and we want to thank our production team, faculty members, Andrew Romine, and we also want to thank Miss Kayla Stanley for all the work that they do to be able to bring these games, at least these home basketball games, to you on the Wes-Del Sports Network. So just to recap, 73-68 victory for the Warriors tonight here at Wes-Del. And thank you for joining us again, and be safe. I don't know what the weather looks like out there, Coach. I know it was sprinkling a little ice when I came in, so be safe. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and thank you for watching Wes-Del basketball on the Wes-Del Sports Network.